start with an opening statement from Coach Tillett.
All right, just so excited for our women. When you bring a group of people together that haven't spent a lot of time together, you're trying to build cohesion, you're trying to build a unit. And, obviously losing one possession game in preparation for this game, your team can go one of two ways, right? They can come together or they can, falter a little bit or lack a little bit of confidence. And I thought our team had the exact mindset that we needed. Two great individual performances by these two sitting here. Super efficient night for us offensively. Really what we're most excited about is getting stops, and we were able to do that consistently tonight.
Questions for Coach Tillett? Coach, were you worried at all with the last two games, just the exhibition? Was there any worry about the mindset coming in?
It's such a great question. I think coaches, maybe we're always a little bit worried, right, about where our team is at and what's the right thing that we need to get them refocused. We thought we needed to remind them how many good players we have on our team. I mean, we do have a lot of depth. These guys are ranked nationally in career statistic categories already. Ken was ranked last year in season statistics for steals. So we think we have a lot of good pieces to build something special together. It takes time to build cohesion, and I think that's what, I was thinking about that. Our staff was thinking about that. Will we be able to get some cohesion tonight? And love that they were able to find some rhythm together. Yeah.
Plus the way that last one went, that had to be a little frustrating, and then you wonder if that could, kind of send everybody in a tailspin.
Absolutely. You have a 12-point lead and you're not able to hold on to it. And I think that can knock at people's confidence, individual and collective. And I think our women came in with the right approach the next two practices in preparation for this game, and really, really pleased with the outcome for our women.
Yeah. And the start, obviously.
Yes.
Everything, I'm sure you breathe a little easier, and you two also, I'm sure it made it a little easier for the rest of that game going on after the way it started.
Yes, and we've been working on that. We wanted a better start. We felt like a lot of the things everybody saw tonight, we've seen in glimpses, right, in practice, but we haven't yet shown that at the beginning of a game, and that's the first time we've shown the world that we have that capability.
Yeah. Brooke, as someone who's been here, how much did it mean to you to get this first one out of the way?
It meant a lot. I think this is the most points I've ever scored, on a team. So that was, awesome just to see, how efficient and how well we were working together. Because like Coach Tillett was saying, we've seen, us score in bunches and flurries in practice, but to see that be, applied for 4 whole quarters this game was really special. So it was a good feeling.
What was your mentality yourself after that last game? Did that throw you at all?
I think, Kyla and I, we kind of had a conversation after the last game and just wanting to be focused, wanting to lead by example, wanting to come out this game and just start with energy, from the jump, and just, like I said, lead by example, give it as much as we could, and just, show everybody else, not that the previous game doesn't matter, but it's how you respond, So just responding in a way that's positive and just effective for the team.
How hard is it as a team with so many different parts coming together? It's got to be a little tricky for a player, right?
It can be difficult, but I think, we have transparent conversations as teammates and as coaches of what everyone's role is, what our expectations are, and just, having those honest conversations makes it easier to work together well on the floor. So.
For you, there was some talk about it at one point. I don't know, you probably didn't realize this, but the school record was a possibility, and I guess Coach kind of, you want to.
We do have a game we got a game really soon.
But talk about your first experience, your first win as a Pelican.
It feels great. I thought, we had such a great response. Like you said, it was kind of a, tough start with the loss, and we could have responded with, that was a horrible start. But we talked a lot about attitude in response to, tough things happening, because everything happens. And 10% of life is, things that happen, and the rest is how you respond to it. So that's kind of our motto that we've been going through. And, as a new team, we are still trying to figure each other out. And I think this really helped our chemistry and our confidence as a team as a whole.
As that game went on, and you're winning big, and you're the first one, you're thinking, hey, we got this. You got to be thinking, and all of a sudden, the way it finished with that, was there doubt at all in this group for you as a new player here?
No. No, we're competitors. Like, we want to compete. And I think, there was a point in time where we were, there's not really a game left. We wanted to compete. And so we kind of had to make, challenges for ourselves. We wanted to get a team goal of the assist record was like our challenge. And like, that's something we had to go for. And when you have that mindset, it's really hard for you to doubt that you're not, going to lose it.
And as a player, it's got to be fun to see everybody play. A lot of girls score, players score. It's just kind of a fun situation to get that first one out of the way.
Oh, yeah. It's, especially like me and Brooke being the leaders, it's special because, the younger players or players who may have never gotten that opportunity get to go out, and it just, means a lot when everyone on the team are putting up points and you see people's face light up when they do it. And I thought, everyone's response at the end when we had people come in and they went out there and played like they were playing the whole entire game. Like, that's just a great, response that we had, and I thought it was really good that everyone got to put up a little point. So,
Coach, was it tough for you as a new coach? Just that, first couple of games did not have it come together the way you would like it to? Or do you know it's going to be a long?
I think you, as a coach, you go back and forth with those emotions, right? Because you want so badly for your team to show everyone and themselves, most importantly, what they're capable of. You also know that it takes time to build great chemistry, to build a unit, to build a point where they just know exactly what their teammate's going to do. And so when you bring a group together, we're trying to speed that process. It's not the easiest thing to speed up, but it's another place where we can compete, right? Can we develop chemistry faster than another first-year team together? And then if we build that over time, special things can happen in the course of a season.
You've had so much success early in your career at previous school. Is there a feeling of pressure at a new place like this?
I think, there's always a little bit of pressure when you're supposed to be a leader of a team. So there's pressure. Last game, I felt like I didn't respond correct to the pressure, and I put way too much on myself. After talking with Brooke and my teammates and my coaches, they really helped me remember that the game is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be played with joy. I think, that really helped me with this game today.
Coach, you talked, about what the win means in terms of your players, but just what are you feeling having gotten your first win as a Billiken?
Yeah, it's exciting, right? Because, we all kind of made a leap together to do this, and to just think about the first time you do it and to do it in this way in front of people that came out to see what would we be like, right? And then you hope that you showed them a good enough show that they're going to come buy another ticket and come back and tell their friends. And we have big long-term goals together, and this was a good short-term achievement of it. I'm thrilled for our women. I'm thrilled for our staff. Incredible scout by Coach Jessica Olmstead on our staff, which she's known for that. It's just really, really happy for everybody.
And just from a scheduling perspective, how important is it to you to get these, local games, whether it's this one or you're going to play Mizzou later? Like, how important is it to foster kind of those local-ish rivalries?
Great question. It's really important on a number of levels. It's important in recruiting. We go head-to-head with these teams in recruiting. I think it's important to build a fan base. It's important to support St. Louis area, right? And then, eventually we want to continue to be a dominant force in St. Louis and in Missouri. So keep playing those teams. We've got Missouri State, Mizzou, yep. So we're looking forward to that, and that is intentionally part of our plan.
And building off of that, being part of what St. Louis, is as a basketball city, I know you just got here, but as you've hit the recruiting trail and kind of learned from your players that you do have, like, how do you describe St. Louis as a basketball city? Every city kind of has their own flavor. Chicago basketball or New York basketball. But how do you characterize what St. Louis, the city basketball is, and what St. Louis, your program, hopes to be in that?
Yeah. I think St. Louis, the city, is deep in talent. I think they start developing at a young age here. I had the opportunity to go check out the high school coaches association, and there were coaches all over joining together to make basketball better in the area from St. Louis and all throughout Missouri. So I think this is a place that can be a draw for student athletes, young student athletes, to stay home in St. Louis. And certainly we've seen Katie Shields have tremendous success with women's soccer doing that and recruiting locally. So we're going to continue to recruit St. Louis, and we also want to recruit nationally as well.
And Brooke, I'm curious just for your perspective on that as well, just on St. Louis basketball at the school and in the city, just being a local product.
St. Louis basketball, like as a city, you know, it's just kind of, I feel like you kind of see the same types of players, just like hardworking, just kind of chip on their shoulder type kids coming out of St. Louis. And it's honestly been really amazing to see like more and more people starting to come out of St. Louis or the St. Louis area and doing amazing things at like whatever college or university they end up going to. So that has been fun to watch, just people that I've known from high school on the men's and women's side, just doing wonderful things. Our program, St. Louis is a program, I would just say, you know, we're kind of in the period of redefining ourselves in a positive way. You know, we're picking up the tempo a lot. Our defensive energy, I feel like, is really good. So, you know, just having those types of things, like as our focus and, you know, what people know they're gonna see when they play us.
And Coach, how much does it help you as you're trying to speed up the learning curve here to have players that you've brought over from the previous stuff and them be able to kind of help you with that?
It's incredible. You know, even year to year, if you stay in the same place, your players help you every year because you forget things as coaches. What's the name of that drill, or how do we score it by? And these guys for sure will get me anytime I make a mistake on that. So I think bringing players that know that, so then they can have some of those conversations too to help speed it up. You know, Kyla can say to Brooke, "This is how we do that. This is why," and then boom, that's not necessarily a coaching direction. And then, you know, the staff that came with me, right, and moved their families halfway across the country to chase another dream together. That has also helped speed the learning process. Now we need to keep learning and we need to keep growing because there's still a lot of things that we don't know how to do together yet. We might all know how to do them individually, but together we don't know yet. So we've got to stay the course on that work.
And last thing for me, just with Isabel getting minutes in her first point, you know, what's it been like coaching her, and how do you feel not only as a coach but also as a mom, just her getting in the scorebook?
Yeah, great question. You know, just really excited for her. She's actually had kind of an injury-riddled freshman year and then even the start to her sophomore year. So, you know, thinking as a coach and also as a mom, when you see any of your student athletes overcome something, right? And then the team was going crazy for her, and then she hit the free throw, and I was like, good job. So, no, it's definitely a special moment. You know, I got great advice from Kenny Brooks, who's the head coach at Virginia Tech, who's coached, you know, his daughters, and he said, you know, just don't let anybody steal your joy. Like, it's going to be an incredible 4 years together wherever you guys go, and just enjoy the process together, which is the same core value that we have, to have joy together. So, yes, it was a special moment. Thanks for noting it.
Players, could I ask you, what was your feeling in between that last game and this one? Is it one where you just couldn't wait to get back out there, or what was the feeling for you?
Oh yeah, we're, like I said earlier, competitors. So I think we were all ready to play this next game, put it behind us, what happened at Indiana State, and come back and play this next game. The last practices we were really competitive, you know, to the point where like arguing with the scoreboard, trying to get everything. Like we were really focused. I think the last couple practices with, you know, moving forward and like to really emphasize attitude and how we respond to things. And so we were really working on our response to things going tough. You know, not every game will be a win or this big of a victory, and how we respond will be important. So I think, you know, we had a good response after that game.
I would say I would agree. Focus and response are the two biggest things. And it was, you know, after that loss, you know, everybody kind of reflected on what it is that they could do better, what we can do better as a team, what each person can do better individually, and just having the focus and response to understand that that's what it is that you need to do to take that next level up. That's what we as a team need to take that next level, you know. So seeing all of that just come together today was really nice.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate the coverage.
Thank you.
All right, good job. Good job. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Appreciate it.